Hi there, it's Abith here, and I've felt to share and I've tried a number of times to do it and it feels like I'm trying too hard. So I'm going to open my mouth and not think too hard and just see what comes out, which is what I have always done. And for some reason, the last times I've just felt like I need to share this thing, and then I try to, and whenever I try to do something, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I'm not built that way. It flows out of me spontaneously and instinctually, or it's just better to keep my mouth shut. It's like everything in life, like for me, it starts from stillness and silence. It starts from the field of just being, and then there's movement and sound, or not. And even if there's not, there still is. It just might not be perceptible to others. But there's always inner movement. There's always life. And life is movement. Life is movement. I've been really pondering and tapping into the embryonic field, I'll say it like that. And this is where I feel like the words fail me a little bit. When I say that, I'm talking about tapping into my primordial capacity for fluidity, innovation, creativity, movement, connection to wholeness, health, and life. Pre-verbal, precognitive, pre-nervous system. And when I say pre-nervous system, it means, for me, the relevance for me is that in this healing process, a lot of things are tied into the nervous system memory of events that happened to me that were biological conflict shocks and traumatic. And in tapping into the embryonic field, it's tapping into my fluid nature that is pre all of that, and brings to bear in this moment the innovative capacity to create patterns, to create form through movement, through function of relating to my current environment. In a way, overriding these big moments that imprinted themselves into the nervous system. And pulling the nervous system along in a new place, which actually the nervous system loves novelty, loves discovery, discovering new things and adapting. It actually loves that, but it can get stuck in a pattern that was momentous, like a moment that was extreme can really stick a pattern in. And in tapping into the embryonic field, it's tapping into a fluid nature that's pre-patterning in a way, which for me is significant at this moment. It's a significant felt sense concept. I can really feel into the hope of that and bring to bear the capacity for mutation that is inherent, well, in anybody with individual circuitry. It's there, and it's inherent really in all of us because we're all individual expressions of the wholeness. And with individuality is the possibility of mutation. And right now, also the background frequency is really pushing for mutation. It's supporting the potential of mutation on a collective level, and on each individual level. Many of us might be feeling this, that there are personal processes that are going on in a variety of ways that are moving us towards the unknown mystery of mutation, thrown into the uncertainty of I don't know now what things are, because everything feels new and different. Novelty. This is something that truly our systems love, and at the same time we learn to fear. The embryonic field is interested in novelty. The patterned nervous system that has been through experiences that are difficult is not always ready for the novelty. It loves it on the one hand, and then also has the patterning of fear of it. Because the unknown is like, well, can I meet it? Can I meet the unknown? I'm just going to read a couple of quotes from some people who I've been soaking up their individual wisdom in their tapping into this field through different means, through either people involved in osteopathy or Continuum, which is a practice of tapping into the fluid nature of being through breath, sound, and movement, which was created by Emily Conrad in the 70s and over a 30-40 year period. And also craniosacral biodynamics. I've been looking into that. Body-mind centering from Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen. Those are different things that I've been looking into. And I'll just read a few quotes, because I think it feels like that's the maybe most useful thing at this point. This comes from a book by Bonnie Gintis, who is an osteopath and does Continuum. She's also a Continuum teacher or facilitator. This is in her book, Engaging the Movement of Life, Exploring Health and Embodiment Through Osteopathy and Continuum. Whether we attend to our life or not, it runs a course of its own. By joining our attention to the rhythms and movements of our body, we can do more than just go through the motions of living. We can access a portal opening into a depth of dimension that is waiting to reveal the eternal mysteries from which everything emerges. I'm not going to say anything else. Just read that. And here is something that is useful at the moment, where she speaks about how osteopathy orients to the health. It orients to health. So even in a presentation of a so-called disease, the point is to find the health that's always underlying everything, which is the movement. It's the breath of life. It's the movement of life. It's the energetic connection to wholeness. And she says here, in applying this philosophy to our daily life, we need to be informed by our symptoms and sensations and not let them crowd out the possibility of something new arising as a manifestation of health and healing. If we can use what's right with us, our health, as our reference point, and not be misguided by what's wrong with us, our diagnosis, we have a much better chance of receiving the messages of our symptoms and responding in order to improve our health. The more we are informed by what is actually happening, the better chance we have of making the right choices and taking care of ourselves. Oh, there's more here. There's so much more. And there's more I want to share from other people, but I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. In a healing process, finding the capacity to be with what's happening and at the same time hold space for what is possible without the mind deciding what has to happen, but just holding space for what is possible. Holding the space of the potential of change, the potential of the fluid movement towards wholeness, being underlined, I don't know how to say that, with the underlying capacity for health, which is this life force, which is interested in living, in the most empowered way possible. Yeah. Okay, no more words now.